Hello, back to the video. Today we're gonna take a look at some battles here in the new Weather Cup in the not in Great League, it's in the Ultra League here. We got some battles sent in by Specimen Unknown here with the team with Samurott, the Cradily, and also the Tentacruel in the lead here. Tentacruel now having access to Scald, going to be very interesting to take a look at. We have here the Fury Cutter version of the Samurott going for the bait and not getting to another move here, but it's fine. We have the Cradily. Cradily is the most likely best Pokemon that you can run in this kind of league here, as this thing is super bulky, super strong, and definitely something that you might want to invest in, as you kind of need a hundo. You see here the CP for the hundo is 2,499 at level 50, which is kind of interesting, as we see a Charizard coming in, and Charizard will not appreciate the moves of the Cradily, as it has access to a Stone Edge, which would hurt fire types, and also the Grass Knot, which will also be able to hurt those water types. Is Grass Knot a power-up? I think it's Grass Knot, but I'm not sure. We see here the opponent having a Poliwrath, which only has not very effective moves against Tentacruel, which is now a new good Pokemon in the meta here. As I think they could have went for the Scald, as I think they were already debuffed, so that would have been a little bit easier, but like this, it's still fine. You can go into your Cradily and you can just sweep endgame with the Cradily, as we're gonna see them here going for one Blast Burn, totally unnecessary. Yeah, it's Grass Knot, and they win this game. Yeah. I have no idea like how good they usually are, like what their rating is in other seasons, but we can take a look at their gameplay here right now. We see an Abomasnow in the lead here, which will be very good for you, especially as they go for the move here. It's going to be an Energy Ball, but they have the Powder Snow version, which is, in my opinion, not the recommended moveset here for the Abomasnow. I already played some battles in this cup as well. You're going to see them somewhere later, either tomorrow or the day after. Have to see, as we see a Jellicent coming in here. They debuffed the Jellicent, and now they can just one-shot this Pokemon with one Grass Knot. They overfarm a little bit, totally fine there. I think the opponent just went for one move as well, but they can go for one Grass Knot, will be able to destroy this Jellicent, and we will see the opponent going back into the Abomasnow. This is the beauty of Cradily. You have also Stone Edge, which will either get the shield here or KO the opponent, and we will be able to get the shield. And the thing with Tentacruel now as well, Tentacruel is such a cool Pokemon for the open Ultra League as well now, as this thing will be able to debuff so many Pokemon, just like help other Pokemon to shine, as you will be able to now debuff the... I don't know why you didn't debuff the Kingdra, to be honest. I think you could have debuffed the Kingdra, but maybe it was not necessary. You going to let the Outrage go through, that's a very interesting play. I think you definitely should have tried to shield something here. But they gonna let this move go through. I'm kind of confused, to be honest, by the plays right now, as they go ahead, go for one Acid Spray. They will shield this up and they can farm it down, but I think now you're a little bit screwed. You're actually still going to win against the Abomasnow. This was a little bit wild there, to be honest, as the Abomasnow going to go down. Interesting that at least would have tried to shield my Samurott, to be honest, but so be it. We see an Aggron here. That's kind of interesting. It's something that you don't really expect. And this Pokemon actually is kind of cool, to be honest. You're going to see here that they have Smackdown, and you see that the Scald still does a nice damage. But the cool thing about Aggron is you're going to be able to destroy all those fire types in the meta, other than Blaziken. And also you're going to be able to destroy Pokemon like the Abomasnow, which you're going to see a lot of times. We see here an opponent coming into a Swampert, and I think you would actually be able to just farm this thing all the way down now after the debuff. I'm not sure if you're going to go for it. I would like to see it, to be honest. Would be funny. You're going to shield this move up. Are you going to go for the full farm down? You're not. You're going to go for the charge move here. They would have went for another move before, so I guess throwing there is fine, but we see a Blaziken coming in, and this is not looking too good here. Blaziken is a very nice Pokemon in this kind of meta, as they can farm you all the way down now. You can go ahead, go into the Tentacruel. I think this is fine. They have to go for a Brave Bird kind of here, and they go for a Brave Bird. It will be able to KO you. They can swap out, and it's kind of looking bad, to be honest. You can go ahead and go for some Hydro Cannons here, but even the Aggron would have a Thunder, but they're actually going to let this move go through, relying fully on the Blaziken. You recognize the situation, you try to farm down with your fast move, but a one Brave Bird will be easily enough to KO you there, and you lose with 2 shields there. Very cool team by the opponent, though. I really enjoyed the team there. You see another Samurott in the lead. You will be able to resist every move from the Samurott with your Tentacruel. Samurott only has a Bug type and a Water type move, so all of them are resisted. and you can go ahead and try to debuff them, as you see a Dragon Tail version of the Gyarados coming in here. This is going to be an interesting matchup as they go into the Cradily. The Aqua Tail does pretty neutral damage, and you can now go ahead and go for the Grass Knot as they throw their next charge move. You're going to shield this move up. Going to be a Crunch actually this time around, and they get the debuff, which is very scary. You have a Shadow version here against you, but they actually gonna let this move go through. You can farm them down, and you will see the Blaziken coming back in here again. Blaziken is a very good Pokemon in this kind of meta. Really enjoyed it when I used it as well, but we will see now that they can go ahead and go back into their Tentacruel. You already know the first Pokemon that they have, and you can go for the Acid Spray, try to farm this thing down, actually catching the move here on their own Samurott, which I think is the right play. They go for the Brave Bird here, and you can now go ahead and try to go for some Hydro Cannons, I guess. Again, you can just let the move go through. You will be able to resist everything with a Tentacruel, and I think at this point of time, it's just Acid Spraying and trying to farm on the opponent. They go for one Mega Horn, which actually did more damage than I thought. You can debuff the opponent's defense here with the Acid Spray, and you will be able to farm them all the way down, hopefully. We will see what's going to happen here. They go for the Hydro Cannon, you can shield up and you can farm them down. In comes the Blaziken, and 2 more fast moves are enough to KO the opponent. Good game to the opponent there. As we see the next game here, we have Ludicolo in the lead. Very decent lead for you. You can just stay in there. They have Razor Leaf. It's neutral while you have a super effective move, and also the addition of the Acid Spray here will help you a lot. But they go into a Jellicent. You try to go back into your Cradily here, trying to catch a move. I guess this matchup always going to be pretty nice for you. They can go for one Bubble Beam here, trying to debuff you. You sure went straight for the Grass Knot. I think there was no real need to overfarm because it wouldn't have KO'd anyway. And now you're at 100 energy and you don't throw, which I don't really understand too much. You're at 130 energy now. Yeah, like there you can definitely throw earlier because you will not KO the opponent with a Grass Knot yet. And now you're in a little bit worse scenario. They still have their Pokemon there left. You have to go into your Tentacruel. They cannot get to another move. That's pretty lucky for you. And you can go ahead and try to farm down. Later on, most likely after this Acid Spray with your Cradily. I'm gonna let this move go through, I guess. You're actually going to shield this move. Okay. I mean, it's also fine. Actually, like this play, this should be only a Bubble Beam. It is only a Bubble Beam. I think you can just farm all the way down. You actually go for another charge move, but what you can achieve with this play now is you have only one Pokemon left on the opponent, and it's actually going to be a Charmander as well, and like a Fairy type as well. But you can just spam those Acid Sprays now. You're going to be able to put them already at half health, and you're going to try, I guess, to close this match out with some, oh, very nice swap there, with some charge move damage still, because your backline doesn't really have fast move pressure. Even though the opponent is double debuffed, you kind of still have to go for your charge moves here, but the catch draw is really nice for you. You're going to be able to go for another Hydro Cannon in time, and you will be able to win the game. You still have one shield left and a move slot on your Cradily, so this is going to be a good game to the opponent here, as we see that they can now shield up the move, go for the Stone Edge, and annihilate this Alolan Ninetales here in the Weather Cup, as we see that this move is even undercharged just for flex. It's kind of funny. I mean, they're double debuffed. It's super effective. What do you really expect? We see another Poliwrath in the lead. Very interesting Pokemon to see here in this cup. I didn't really expect to see that many of them, but it's cool so far to see them. We see a Scald coming through, resisted of course, but they're gonna get the attack debuff here, which is going to not really matter at all. You can get the double defense debuff there, and they go into the Kingdra. You try to Acid Spray them. You're going to try to get the defense a little bit lower and go now into your Cradily, doing massive damage now with the Grass Knot. Will one-shot this Kingdra with the Grass Knot, but you're actually going to opt to not go for your charge move immediately, and you don't get punished by this. You could have went for the Grass Knot, definitely would be enough. Stone Edge is a little bit of overkill here, to be honest. Now you go for the move, at least in general, like directly. I think sometimes you can throw your charge moves a little bit faster if I have to give some advice here. But here they go straight for the charge moves, and they will be able to KO the opponent here. And they have now a 2-shield advantage, and the opponent thought, nah, that's enough for me. Bye-bye there, and we see another really good lead for you with the Ludicolo here. But this time around it has Bubble. Bubble will allow it now to get to the Leaf Storm pretty fast, so I would shield here, but the opponent decides to let the move go through. It's only an energy ball. If you run Ludicolo in the lead with a Bubble, I would, like in general Ludicolo, I would recommend the Leaf Storm. Leaf Storm is an overheat clone and just does way more damage than the energy ball. But of course you get debuff, but if you have it in the lead anyway, you can swap out as well. As we see a Swampert coming in here, I think you kind of wanted to go into the Cradily, but I guess it was like more like a simultaneously swap, as you saw that, yeah, okay, no, it's fine, because like they actually went down with their Pokemon. It's fine that you go into your Samurott, they're definitely the right players. It's your safe swap. We see that the Mega Horn gets shielded here by the Walrein. They have to go for one big Earthquake here, but they're actually going to go for one Hydro Cannon just to get some damage on it. I like the play. Pretty well played so far. We see them going for one Icicle Spear. That's very good for you, as you can go for another move, or they have to throw another move here, which is fine for you. The Icicle Spear coming through, you can go for some Acid Spray, and you will be able to basically try to get this thing away. You could go for the Scald here, but you're actually going to opt to catch the move. Is this an Earthquake? It is an Earthquake. Oh, what a nice catch. Of course, it's still neutral because of the rock typing, but very cool catch there from the player here. Very, very nice. Well executed, as you can now try to farm this Swampert all the way down. I think you should be able to, and you will not be able to. Ooh, that's going to be a little bit tough now. You can go for one Acid Spray now against the incoming Walrein, but I think you should be able to outspeed him to another Acid Spray anyway, or you can just farm all the way down. Is this an Earthquake? I'm not sure. It is not, and you win the game here. Good game there. Very close one still. You see the next opponent, very good lead again for you here. You have in general a lot of good leads for you in this kind of scenario there. Maybe it's just because Tentacruel is a good lead in this cup. Could be, I think it is as well. I think Tentacruel might be the best lead actually in this cup. But we see them going for some Grass Nuts now against the Swampert. The Swampert actually going to shield it up. And you have to be a little bit careful about a potential Earthquake here, of course, as this would completely destroy you from this range. You can still take one Hydro Cannon though, and you can still go for some Grass Nuts here, which will threaten the opponent, as you gonna get the final shield, and you can shield here in the rear line, and you do shield here in the rear line. I like this play again. You know what you have in the lead there. You know that your lead is very good against what they have in the lead, and you see a Cradily coming in. Actually, Cradily is a little bit tough to deal with for your team, I guess. Do you catch the move? You don't catch the move. There's going to be a Grass Knot. It doesn't KO you, but it does do a lot of damage. And you have to hope that they swap out, and they do swap out. And now you are in a very good position here. Because what you can do now is you can go for an Acid Spray. You can farm down. You can survive every single charge move. It could be also a Psyshock here, and you're still going to be able to survive it like this. But what you just got yourself into is a scenario where you can go for one Acid Spray here, and you have a move still stored on the Pokemon in the back, which means you're going to be able to win CMP tie anyway, and you get the Scald here off anyway. But you're gonna do nearly double the amount of damage that you usually would do. You will be able to now take this move, go for your move, and you will be able to also win the CMP tie against the Cradily, as Cradily is a pretty bulky Pokemon and Samurott isn't. The opponent's Cradily wasn't even fully maxed out either. We see the opponent here having a Ludicolo again. Again, you get a lot of good leads, to be honest. This helps definitely a lot. It's kind of an RPS cup from what I've seen so far, to be honest. So winning the lead helps a ton. You're actually going to swap out here. I don't like this play too much because they have Ice Beam or Leaf Storm, both going to hurt a lot. And now you're going to get trapped by this Typhlosion, which is not a big issue because, of course, you're still a Rock type. They have to respect it, and Typhlosion in general seems to be a very weird pick in this kind of meta. They can respect the next move here as well, and they have to respect it. They can all farm you all the way down. They're at 100 energy, more like nearly 200 energy at this point. And you're going to go ahead and shield this up. It's going to be a Blast Burn, 2 more to get to another move, but you can go for one Hydro Cannon before. Typhlosion is not really the way in this cup. I think it's not really the best Pokemon. As we see the Ludicolo coming in, you still have 2 Pokemon left. We see the Swampert coming in. You can debuff them, and at this point, one Hydro Cannon will be enough to KO them, so you will be able to easily win this. You're actually going for the overkill here with 2 debuffs. You could have went for the Scald as well, putting them into range, where you can even Fury Cutter them down with the... Wow, it's just like the complete flex here against the Swampert. I want to see how much Fury Cut actually does. Fury Cut is a horrible move in terms of damage output, but with a 4 times debuff, you see it chunks a lot. Especially with a 1-turn move, it helps a lot with this. And you can see here, you can go for another charge move here. This will knock out the opponent. It's going to be a good game there. As we see the final game here. Swampert in the lead. Finally a horrible lead for you. Like, it's better to look at something where it's horrible, but oh god, we see an Articuno coming in. Articuno will also not be the way for this cup, I don't think so. And you will be able to always get an extra fast move through. You will be able to survive also one Icy Wind, by the way. Like, one Icy Wind will not KO you here. You can go for one charge move. This will not KO you. You don't have to shield. This you can shield. I'm pretty sure at least it won't KO you from this range. Now it definitely will KO you from this range after some more Icy ice shards there, but it's fine because you can get to the move before. You will now be able to you will not be able to realign. The Icy Wind debuff actually got you low enough that the Articuno cannot do anything, and now it's going to be a little bit spicy here. We see that the opponent now has the Swampert aligned against the Tentacool here. They can go for one Earthquake. They are now in range, of course, for one move of your Samurott, but you have to hope that there's something weak to you in the back, because otherwise it's going to be a little bit tough to come back from this, as you can now go ahead and try to farm this thing down, swap into the Cradily. They have to throw something, you can throw something, so you're going to be able to now have the final Pokemon aligned, and it's going to be an Blaziken, and they're going to surrender. Thanks for sending in those battles. You definitely know a lot about the game, and you play pretty well. There's no lot that I can really say against or like about your playstyle. It's pretty fine. Sometimes you can throw your charge moves a little bit earlier, but I think those are like the kind of mistakes or like the kind of things there that happens just to everybody, to be honest. So I think you're definitely most likely a legend-ish player. So thanks for watching, thanks for sending in those battles, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and bye!